Shipping document is said to be discrepant if it contravenes any of the following. It is not in conformity with the LC text, it's not in conformity with UCP, it's not in conformity with ILDP. LC is not an absolute guarantee for payment, rather a payment mechanism which can reduce the risk of not getting paid. Any misspelling or discrepancy in of credit can cause delay and additional cost due to the transaction and can also be used as an excuse for non-payment. The discrepancy in letter of credit can be as simple as LC credit, the letter of credit invalid. So you can have discrepancy like inconsistency of information. You know there is one peculiar issue with LC which guarantee and standby does not have. Particularly standby. LC says you must examine document against itself. Do you know that standby says you don't have to examine document against itself? Do you understand? Do you understand? LC says if you state container number of bill of lading as ABCD1234, if you state that container number on packing list and you say ABCD12345, that's a discrepancy. In standby, that's not a discrepancy. Can you see why people are leaving letter of credit? I told you last week, right? That people are leaving letter of credit. Because standby is straight, very easy. You don't have to examine documents against each other. Inconsistency of information on document. Document original no mark as original. LC said document should be signed is unsigned. Document submitted late after 21 days. Credit has expired. Late shipment. Late presentation. Terms of the shipment not clear like the Incoterm. Issue for wrong amount. Let me say something about wrong amount. Article 18 says that if I receive a document, the LC value 150,000, the invoice value 200,000. Article 18 say I can pay, but I can't pay more than 150,000. Does that make sense? You know, normally what will you do? You raise a discrepancy and say the LC is overdrawn. I mean, not that you are wrong, but you should be saying you really don't have to raise that discrepancy because just pay what you are obligated to pay. Let them suffer themselves for the difference. And that will save the customer a lot of time. And you will not have violated the rule. Because you are paid what you have given obligation to pay. Invoice does not need to be signed. I hope you are not raising discrepancy when invoice is not signed. Unless the LC says signed invoice. If the LC says 3 original invoice, it didn't ask you to be signed. You are not supposed to raise discrepancy if it's not signed. Because invoice need not be signed unless the LC says it should be signed. Omit the description in details. When you are looking at description, look at this. If an LC calls these tiles, an LC says these tiles, is it white? Ladies, you are no better. No white. What do you call this one? This is cream. Cream, okay. So people say, oh, for brown. I'll use cream. That's what I didn't see myself. Because me, I was for white. And they say it's green. Please. Your LC says a cream glazed ceramic tiles. Cream glazed ceramic tiles. If that is what is on the LC, because that's what's on the invoice. The invoice must state exactly the same thing. Clean glazed ceramic, it doesn't have to write it the same way. You can say ceramic tiles, cream glaze. But all of them must be present. But a bill of lading can say glazed tiles. A packing can say ceramic tiles. You can only raise discrepancy on that description if it's not well described where? On the invoice. Does it make sense? On the invoice. On the invoice alone. But if this can be described in general form of packing list or certificate of origin or any other document. But on the invoice, the way it was described should be the way it's described. But like I said, it doesn't have to be the same way, but the description and the word used should be as stated on the LC. Shipping mark container number differ from transport document. Discrepancy in the bill of lading do not indicate the name of the carrier. Does not indicate the name of the carrier. A bill of lading must indicate the name of the carrier. Next line. NYK. MSC. Does not define the consigning the shipper and notified party. It must define the consigning even if it's going to say to order. I'm sure you issue your LC as to order, right? Okay, who are those that issue? Are you the one issue? Who are those paid? Iffy. That means you are the one reviewing for payment. Where is Iffy? Where is the other person? Okay. Now, when you issue an LC to order, what does to order mean? What does to order? What do you think that is done? To order, or sometimes to the order of your bank. Am I right? Sometimes you just put to order. Whenever you put to order, if this is bill of lading, if you put to order, right, the exporter is expected to, sometimes they say, have you seen the word blank endorse? Do you use that? If you put to order, you should indicate endorsement. Issue to order or to the order of the bank, endorse in favor of blank endorse. Typically it's blank endorse. Blank endorse means I will stamp and sign at the back and I will not put any name. When I put order, that's an evidence that the person you are shipping the goods is not the owner. Most likely is transferring ownership. That's why bank do it. Because it enables bank to transfer ownership. Since I'm funding, I'm the owner of the goods until you pay. Or fill my condition. When you fill my condition, I'll transfer ownership to you. So when you put the order, then there must be stamping and signing and putting the name of the party at the back. So that's why they put blank endorsed. The other party have endorsed, the bank will stamp and just put the details at the back. So look at it. Clearly define the consignee, the shipper, the notified party. The way the measurement differ from other documents. It is not signed according with the requirement of UCP. Who should sign an airway bill? Who should sign an airway bill? Don't use that word airline. Carrier or the agent. Who should sign bill of lading? Carrier, their agent, master of their agent. Who should sign multimodal bill of lading? Don't let the both, give to them. Carrier or their agent, master of their agent. Who should sign non-negotiable bill of lading? You know the difference between bill of lading, negotiable, non-negotiable. When I say non-negotiable, not the one you see from PIL that they will stamp non-negotiable on. Not that one though. A non-negotiable, you will see non-negotiable on it and they will sign it. The one you see for PIL that they will stamp non-negotiable, they don't sign it. It's like copy. You know you have to original 3 copy. But when you see a non-negotiable and it is signed, that's an original. That's an original. And why do you issue non-negotiable? I'm shipping from here to Ghana. It will be there in how many days? So I don't need to get the original bill of lading because I'm not likely to transfer ownership in transit. So I can use non-negotiable for what? Short distance journey. Who should issue non-negotiable? The same person? Who should issue charter party? The charterer or the agent? Who else? No, the carrier. No. The master or the agent? The master or agent, the charterer or the agent. The carrier, the carrier is not necessarily the owner. The owner can issue, the charterer can issue, and the master can issue, but the carrier cannot issue. So I used to ship to China. I'm shipping with NYK. But when I check the bill of lading, the person that carries is Costco. You know Costco, right? Yeah. You know Costco now? Costco carries the goods, but I'm getting bill of lading from who? NYK. Because it's not, if I'm this charter party, NYK cannot issue that bill of lading. It's the owner that will issue or the charterer that will issue, not the person that is borrowing the vessel. What that means is that you cannot issue a bill of lading for a vessel you borrow to use if it's charter party. Do you understand? But if I'm sharing it with other people, then I can issue. Like the case I told you about. Even though Costco is going to China, S-Line can put his vessel good on it. NYK put his good on it. But the person, when you check online, you will see the vessel. The owner is who? Costco. But who gave me bill of lading? The S-Line or whoever it is that I'm relating with. So that's why a carrier cannot sign a charter party bill of lading. Who can sign it? Charterer or the agent, owner of the vessel or the agent, or the captain or the agent can sign. How do you prevent discrepancy? Here's my recommendation in preventing discrepancy in an LC. If you have a customer that's already having a discrepancy, and they are discussing you can't really easily win, how do you prevent it? Number one, incorporate in the LC that copy of the shipping document. Incorporate in the contract that original bill of lading will only be issued after scanned copy has been sent to whom? To the importer and share with you to review. Number one, that's in the agreement. But on the LC, incorporate in the LC that a printed copy of the bill should be sent as part of the document we presented. The beauty of LC is that it is very flexible. It's what you want. It is what you want. So if I want to ensure that you send a copy to me, then you have to send me a mail that you use to send that copy to me. And you send that copy to me within a week of shipment, so I can send it to my bank. My bank can check all the copies, make corrections. And because after making the correction, then I'll send it to you. So that when the original copy, what happened? There won't be discrepancy again. So we can avoid discrepancy. We just need to put a system in place to ensure the customer does not have to deal with this issue. Copy of the issuing bank, copy the issuing bank in the email correspondence. Now, letter of credit cycle. Letter of credit begin with what? Drafting. After drafting, issuance. Now, it's at the point of drafting. Hello? What's the name, please? Adam, it's at the point of drafting that what we discussed will happen. That's when you are sharing the draft with the customer to approve before you issue. Drafting. Then issuance. Remember last week we talked about issuance. An LC is issued when? An LC is deemed issued when? You are close. When it leaves the issuer's control. That's like I said, when you send it to FCM UK, you have not sent it. Because you can call them, my guy, I beg, hold on that thing, I want to send another one to you. Because you have not issued it. Issuance, then amendment. Please note, this will not always be the case, right? Am I right? Yes. It won't always be the case. And when you are issuing an amendment, you cannot put a timeline on the amendment. This amendment must be accepted within 30 days. Else, it will deem substantive. You can't do that on an LC. You know why? When you amend an LC, the other party, it is when it's presenting document that we will know whether it has accepted or rejected. If it is not formally accept or reject, you cannot put a timeline for acceptance of an amendment. Presentation of document. This is to be done within how many days? You know when you are mentioning days. When you are mentioning days. First what? Calendar days. Examination of document. This must be done within how many days? 5 banking days. Then payment on the LC and then termination. An LC can be terminated in 3 ways. What are 3 ways an LC can be terminated? Number 1, it's performance. That means I fully utilize it and pay. Number 1, number 2, expiration, and number 3, cancellation. Cancellation in which both parties agree. So an LC is terminated either by cancellation in which both parties agree to cancel, or the LC has been fully utilized, or the LC expires.